Collective, welcome to Supernova Moon Tarot. My name is Starsha. This is your What Do You Need to Know Right Now reading. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to be in your energy. Cross watchers, you know you always welcome. Returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back. And subscribers, do not forget to hit that bell. Collective, for your What You Need to Know Right Now reading, I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot along with the Miss Cleo Tarot deck. We'll also tap into the Healing with the Angels Oracle for your spirit advice. Collective, let's go ahead and tap in. Starting out with your reading today, I'm going to be tapping into the Rider-Waite Tarot, and I see the number 6 in my mind's eye. So the energy that I'm picking up from the collective is soulmate energy. Collective, let's go ahead and tap into the tarot. I'm going to be shuffling 6 times. I'm hearing, tell me something good. All right, collective, that's what I am here to do. And I first want to start out by saying a special prayer of protection over the collective, over me as the reader, over the message. And I really want to give you some food for thought here, collective. So let's not waste any time. Spirit, angels, ancestors, thank you for your presence. Please provide the primary energy for the collective. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Clarify this Three of Pentacles reversed. Clarify this Three of Pentacles energy reversed for the collective. I feel that some of you all may be separating or isolating yourself from a group here. And we have the Six of Cups coming out. So again, I saw the number 6 in my mind's eye. I see the Six of Cups coming out, clarifying the Three of Pentacles in reverse. You all are in the energy of separating yourself from a group, an organization, a family. All right. You're wanting to spend some time away because I feel that you need this time to reflect. I feel that you need this time to heal. You need a peace of mind. So, in order to do that, you are placing yourself into isolation. You know, my readings are timeless, but during this time, we are in the holiday season. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. We have Christmas coming up, New Year's, all of the things. And for some people, specifically in my collective, this is a time for you to spend quality time with those that you love. And what's significant is that I'm getting that this could be just with yourself, okay? This could be with a pet. This could be with your children, your immediate family. But there's an energy of you being separated and isolated from an organization. This organization could be your blood relatives. This organization could be a corporate job that you might work for, some sort of society or group. This could even be social media. But there's an energy of you proclaiming your peace, your space here. Um, this is an intimate time for some of you. I feel that also some of you all are reflecting on childhood, reflecting on the past, reflecting on family and the time that has been spent here. And you're making a decision to isolate again yourself from these groups here. All right. There's something significant about this time and period of isolation. I feel that some of you are paying respect, referencing your ancestors, your spirit guides, reflecting upon the times where you, perhaps for some of you, were at your lowest, reflecting upon times where God gave you grace and showed you mercy and protected you when you yourself didn't know better, when you yourself didn't know that you were in harm's way. I feel that even in times of sorrow or even through your tears, there's still an element and an energy of gratitude and joy here. And I feel that you all are taking this time seriously. Not that you haven't before, but it's different because you're doing things differently and you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your energy, you're protecting your friends. I don't know why I said friends. I meant to say family and children. That could resonate for some of you who have a small group of friends here that you find to be very dear and that you are grateful for because they were there for you when you needed them the most. Okay. There's an energy here of the collective knowing the importance of protecting their peace during this time and reflecting upon the protection that they've received from ancestors, if you believe this, angels, if you believe this, and showing reference and paying gratitude and thanks for those ancestors who have passed on and who you believe have protected you and kept you safe from storms that you didn't even know existed, or from storms that were coming or that is to come, or, there's an ongoing energy of protection here. There's a stillness here, and there's a strong angelic presence here in the room where I'm speaking to you, but also over the collective. And I feel like the energy of protection that surrounds you are familiar spirits. And I feel that the power is very strong. And I feel that collective, you are wanting to spend time in this, indulge in this without all of the noise, without all of the drama, without all of the negative energy, because you've come a long way. And this is not a sob story, but this is a time to reflect and a time to show gratitude and a time to find peace and happiness within. Okay. Within. Okay. So what energy is crossing the collective at this time? What energy is crossing the collective at this time? I'm going to take these cards. I was hesitant to take it. It's about 4 cards that came out here. We're going to take a look to see what's going on. So we have a card that says, what we see in the symbology of the tarot derives in large measure from our own intuition and once revealed reflects back upon each of us to further enrich our lives. So this isn't necessarily a card of tarot, but it is a card that was placed inside of the deck. And for me, what this is saying in regards to you, collective, is that as I pull these cards and as I relay these messages, this is a reflection of your soul, right? This is a reflection of your story. This is a reflection of us, okay? And it's much deeper than just tarot. A lot of people think that the belief is in the cards, but it's much deeper than just that. It's much deeper. Spirit can place a rock in front of you or a squirrel or an object, and it will have a message that is so much deeper than the surface or the shell that it exists in. And so, same thing for these cards. There are so many messages. The cards are just tools. That the divine uses to speak with us and relay these messages. So, we're all connected and we can all relate to some of these things that Spirit is using me and my voice to relay these messages here. And so, with that, what's interestingly enough is another message card that came out from this deck. And, there's only 2. And with all of these cards, they both came out. And there's an energy of a child, and a child is being depicted, and he's releasing these doves here. So, I feel that many of you are reflecting upon your life here, your life's journey, childhood. And it makes sense because, we're in this holiday season, right? We're in this holiday season. But, as we've grown and as we've matured and as we've experienced life in this matrix, I promise it is a simulation that we've experienced life in. We've had the opportunities and we've had the gifts of being connected to spiritual beings and entities that have led us and shown us the way and been a guiding light for us, whether it's a stranger on the street, a homeless person on the corner, maybe it's the neighborhood bartender, or, tarot readers that you run across in this community, just everyday people. God has placed people into your life, familiar souls, to either drop tools, nuggets, jewels, information, just we don't take these interactions for granted. You find the light, you find the message in every transaction and every interaction and every experience and every encounter that we have here on earth. Okay, here in this matrix here. And so I feel that all of the knowledge and experience that you've gained, whether it's through trials and tribulations, mishaps, or celebrations, you are at a point in your life now where it's time to look ahead here. Be grateful, be present, be grounded in the moment, but always look ahead as well to what's next, what's to come. Where is the divine calling you next? Okay. Because this life and this experience, it's for a reason. There's a purpose, and whatever purpose that you have, it should in some sort of way um, water those around you. Okay. If you're my collective and you resonate with that. And I feel you're at a point in your life where you have a choice. You can go in any direction that you'd like. The world is in your hand, the world is your oyster. But it's time to, be very smart about the decisions that you make, and tap into your intuition, and make the right decision, because, time, it is an illusion, but in this matrix, it matters. It matters. And I feel that you all are making a decision to move ahead, look ahead, leave your worries behind, and also certain people, certain relationships, certain soulmates here, whether it be your family, okay, organizations, old careers, right? The old you, old friendships, old connections, and not to place darkness or frown upon these particular relationships or situations, but they've served your purpose here on your journey. And it's time for you to gather yourself and your family, and, whatever it is that's near and dear to you, whatever you have a responsibility over, and to move forward here with this Two of Wands energy, as this individual on this card stands with the world in their hand, and they are overlooking the world, and they see and feel nothing but opportunity. And so this is a very emotional time. It's a very intimate time here. It's a time to reflect on the past, but also a time to focus on the future here, is what I'm getting. And I have this strength in reverse. And so for some of you, I feel that um, leaving your hometown, or leaving a career, or leaving people behind, it's not the easiest thing to do. It's easier said than done. But I feel that there's a calling on your life, and I feel that you all hear the call, that it's time to prepare. It's time to prepare for a new future. It's time to prepare for some of you, a new family. If you are with child, congratulations on that. If you all are merging families, congratulations there. Um, but there's a shift that's going on into the collective, and it's time to release those things that you've been holding on to, those burdens that you've been holding on to, and lay them all at the altar here. Collective, let's go ahead and take a look at the root energy. And again, this is not necessarily, first of all, the easiest message to give, but it's not also easier. It's not as easily done as it is said, right? So, what is the root of this energy? What is the root of this message that I'm getting here for the collective? We're at 14 minutes and 7 seconds. That's 777. Very spiritual message, very spiritual time. I know during this season, it's going to bring back those memories of family. It is. It's going to bring back the good things. It's going to bring back those bittersweet things. It's going to bring back the sad things as well. But this is all about newness here. This is all about transitioning into a new you, okay? A new you. a new phase in life, a new chapter in life. You have been rewarded here by the divine with this Ace of Pentacles energy. You're manifesting in, God is ushering in, abundance in your life here. And so I don't want you to think in the 3D mind where when I say abundance, it's just about fancy cars, big house, lots of this, lots of that, lots of things that can just literally go up into flames. I'm not necessarily talking about the physical, tangible, but under the same breath and under the same token, that's exactly what we're talking about as well with this Ace of Pentacles energy. The Ace of Pentacles energy also reminds me of inheritance here. It reminds me of a beautiful blessing that can only be gifted to you by the divine here. And this gift is going to make a huge impact in the lives of you and for those that you care about. And so you're walking and you're manifesting this as you continue to follow your higher self, as you continue to operate on that God frequency. And that doesn't mean perfection here. It doesn't mean perfection. What it means is that you're doing the inner work, right? You're doing the inner healing. You're crying those tears, right? You're forgiving those who betrayed you, those who came against you here, because I'm definitely picking that up from the collective, and it could be related to family indeed. Those who stole from you here, you're getting all of that back tenfold. And we don't need to limit the divine, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in. We don't need to limit the God frequency as, oh, they stole my money. Now I'm going to get money back. Oh, they stole this car. Now I'm going to get another car back. We don't limit God to how God chooses to bless you, right? Someone steals your car. You get healed from an illness that the doctors thought they couldn't cure, right? That's way more important than getting a new car. God is way bigger than what we minimize and what we cherish on this plane, right? So you're walking in an opportunity of magnitude here, okay? And it's coming, this magnitude, this blessing is coming from the divine as you continue to lay your burdens at the altar here, as you choose to forgive yourself and forgive those who came against you. And yes, it's easier said than done. And yes, it brings tears to think that, oh, my mother or my father, the same people that brought me into this world were the same people that tried to take me out before my time, or the same person that I would give the shirt off of my back for was the same person that would stab me in the back. You know what I mean? And so if some of you are, religious, you can use the reference of Jesus Christ and how, those who were in his own camp betrayed him. They sacrificed him for material things and things of that nature, but he still forgave them. And what we need to understand is that, forgiveness is not for this person. Forgiveness is not so that you can have some sort of, I don't know, like, it's for you is the point. It's for you. It's for you to become lighter. It's for your heart to be as light as a feather. So when it's weighed on the scales of justice, you can feel free, right? You can feel free. You won't carry this resentment. You won't harbor this dark energy here because it only eats at you, right? So during this time, I feel that a lot of you are, paying reference to your and reverence to your ancestors, your angels, your spirit guides, God, the divine, those you miss, those you love. Some of you all are mourning those who even went against you because, I made a post on my community board of, you know, it's hard to mourn those that have deceased, but it can be even harder to mourn those that are living because as much as you love them, for some of them, they betrayed you and you had to let them go and disconnect from them as if if they're not even here. But you're doing that to protect your own self, right? You're doing that to protect your family, right? Because in some sort of way, they threatened your existence. They threatened your livelihood. They threatened your peace of mind. They threatened your mental health. So During this time, you would usually get back together and you would have these big feasts, and some of you all might be reflecting on some of the good times that you've had with families, ex-lovers, ex-friends, whatever it may be. But under the same breath and under the same thought and under the same token, you're also thinking about all of the betrayal, all of the heartaches, the times where you almost didn't make it, and it could have been because of the very same people that you broke bread with, because they sacrificed you for some sort of wealth here or some sort of fame here or some sort of worldly pleasure of this matrix, right? So again, this is about you making a decision to move forward and protect yourself, protect your spirit, but also give thanks, because this is a time of gratitude here. This is your What You Need to Know reading, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energy that crowns you at this time. And I've got to be transparent with you as I read your message, as I deliver this message. There are tears flowing down my face. I can resonate with some of these things. And I'm here. I'm here to walk along beside you. I'm here to walk along beside you. And thank you for allowing me to do so. We have death energy here coming out. The death energy is coming out in reverse. What is this in reference to? What is this in reference to? I think we're going to go another 6 minutes before we get ready to wrap this up here. We have the Six of Swords here. We have the Ace of Cups here. I feel that this is someone that's in your energy collective. There's someone in your energy here with this death energy in reverse. Someone has not made a full transformation here. Now, this can be you. Someone has not walked away from a situation completely where there is no more love. Nothing else can come of this relationship here with this earth sign that you're dealing with. This could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, this King of Pentacles energy. This could be a spouse, an ex-spouse. This could be a father figure here. There is someone in your life. This could be a family member here. This doesn't necessarily have to be a man or a masculine energy, but there hasn't been a full release of of this relationship or this connection with this person. You haven't forgiven someone completely. You haven't walked away completely from something. Something is still holding you back. You're still amidst a cycle with something or someone here. This could be a patriarch. This could be a father energy here. This could be someone that you were in a relationship with here. This could be a mother figure in a masculine energy here. There's still something that has not been complete. Some of you have not released someone who has passed away. You're still holding on to that. All right, hold on one second. Some of you are still in deep mourning from someone who has passed away. You're not ready to release that. You're not ready to let it go. And when I say let it go, that's not saying, oh, forget that this person passed away and you could just go and frolic off into the forest or the land and just be free and do skips and twirls. No, I'm saying, you know, there's a release process, right? You still hold on. You never forget. It's like, I'm trying to think of a metaphor that would best describe this. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever seen, on those documentaries where a loved one passes away and instead of cremating the person or, burying them, they keep them in the home as the body decays, right? So it's that same scenario. I saw something on the internet, and this is a trigger warning, trigger, and I'll have to put it on the reading. I saw that there was a mother whose 10-year-old son had passed away, and instead of reporting it, she kept the son in the home for like 10 months, right? So it's almost that energy. It may not, it's most likely not that scenario, but there's an energy of, taking the steps to release this person so that you can make space for so much freedom. It's like a room that's been closed. The window has been closed for years, and no one has actually pried open the window because the window was sealed for whatever reason. And prior to the window being sealed, there was a house fire, and there were so many things going on, mold growing in the home, all of these dark references, right? But someone came along, and instead of keeping the window sealed, they decided to unseal the window. And lo and behold, after unsealing the window, the sun shined through and it started to kill the mold. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, someone came and then they found the home. They found it to be some sort of, diamond in the rough. And they had the whole house remodeled, refurnished, dug out. You know what I'm saying? And a newness came about, a refreshing opportunity, a rebuilding of something. Okay. Because, God wants to, the message that I'm getting from that is that, um, um, it's like if you sign this consent form, the surgeon can work on you and remove the cancer, right? And the cancer is not the person that you love so dearly, it's the energy of harboring and holding on to and sadness and sorrow. Allow God to remove that. Allow God to remove that if you would allow it. Let the person go. Right. And so that's not necessarily for the deceased. That could be for, our situations here, whether you're dealing with family that has betrayed you and that has done you wrong, someone who was an ABUSER in your life. This is heavy, heavy, heavy. But as a reader, as a speaker, I cannot hold back. I cannot hold back because I'll be held liable as well. So I must speak the truth. I must speak what I see. Okay. I'll put a trigger warning on this. So at the end of the day here, you're walking into a new energy here. You're walking into a newness here. All right. New opportunity, but there's still some things that you need to let go. And it goes back to the image that I saw earlier with the young child here freeing those doves. And oftentimes you see those at funerals. Once the body is placed into the ground, the dove is let go. Right. And so, Spirit, this is the time where Spirit is calling you to release those things, to lay those burdens at the altar and not just say that you're letting go, but really dig deep and do it because your inner child needs you. Your inner child needs you, is what I'm hearing. I can't emphasize it enough. And I'm also hearing that your children need you for some of you all, or prepare for children to come, because as God, allows this seed of the new child to grow within you, you have an obligation to release and remove this darkness, these burdens that perhaps you may still be holding. And so that can be done through spiritual work. That can be done through, therapy here. That can just be done. That can be done by, getting into some practices, spending time in nature here, figuring out what works for you. All right, figuring out what works for you. All right, so we've definitely passed the 6 minute mark here. So I feel like this is a very sensitive time. Like, okay, we can continue to, brush over the issue, right? We continue to just cloud our mind with social media, cloud our mind with like, oh, funny things. We can continue to drink ourselves away and, smoke ourselves away and try to ignore the thorn, right? We can try to do that, but then you run across messages like this that say, "Hey, you've done a great job. Look at where you're at." But there's still more work to do. And based upon where you are right now, there's some things that you can still release here. There's some chapters that need to be closed. There's an energy of you needing to forgive here. And you've got support. Support came out of the advice cards here. You've got angelic beings all around you right now. I feel them now. I feel them in my presence. I feel them over you. I feel them over this message. Let me tell you something. This message is not easy to give. Okay. It's not easy to give. It was not easy to give. All right. But the beautiful thing about it is that this is something that's been divinely approved. All right. And so this is a message for you about the support that surrounds you. God, the angels, and the ascended masters who love, protect, and guide you are watching over you right now. You are not alone. You are safe. This card reassures you that you are part of an awesome and powerful team of benevolent beings. They surround, guide, and love you constantly. If you are in danger, they will intervene with warnings or life saving measures. If you are afraid, they will comfort you with the energy of divine love. If you are confused, they will whisper guidance in your ear. By drawing this card, your angels and guides ask you to talk to them more frequently. Have mental conversations with them about everything, and you will soon see evidence of their existence. Soon, the angels will enlist you to help other people. If you ever feel doubtful about your ability to help others, ask the angels to help you release these fears. This touches on everything that I've touched on in this reading. Collective, it's been a pleasure to be in your energy. Thank you for allowing me to walk beside you. Thank you for understanding that my messages come from a space of love. All right. And if you don't understand, I'm letting you know that that's what it is. All right. And so, again, this is what you need to know right now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you celebrate, happy holidays to you. Happy New Year to you. And we're going to rock this thing until the wheels fall off. Be sweet. Thanks for watching and donating to the channel. Love, Starsha.